Okay, patch time. So, quick note for the Korea update. The new Summoner Solera and Paladins are not getting released today because they only have a no maintenance patch. Looks like the third week is actually the fourth week for them and will be released on the 20th. But yeah, I will cover that next week. And for today, we're mostly covering NA and global news. Both of the patches for NA and global servers are the same as per usual for the last few weeks, so I'm only gonna read it once. And before we go into the notes, I'm gonna start with the whole new mileage shop because looks like we're getting it before Korea even. And yeah, mileage shop. So this is basically a shop that's gonna be opened after the update finishes. This is sort of like a milestone shop where you can do certain actions, earn a currency, and buy various materials. So how it works is you must exchange your free hills that you earned from the exchange center for mileage points. And you can get 3 mileage for 102 free hills, and you can get a total of 10 exchanges per day. So getting 1020 heals is definitely not hard. You sell an item or two and you will have it by that point, especially if it's a more expensive item. If you sell like a weapon, you'll probably have like enough for 2 months or so. This is sort of a way to boost usage of the exchange center. I'm not sure if it's gonna help for those cheap items still, because I mean the prices are horrific. But yeah, and you basically get them from exchange center. There will also be collection challenge, it looks like, and they will most likely be added today, where you can get some extra points. And yeah, you can get 30 mileage per day, and here are the rewards that you can buy with them. So maximalization marble is the item that makes Altar's Blessing 100% chance instead of 40, and you can get one after 10 days and the second one after 20 days, because these do have a monthly purchase limit. You can get a free altar reset for 300 legendary and 10 mystical scrolls for 600. So overall, I mean, I know this item is really needed by most of the community, but yeah, I have my thoughts. I don't like 100% marbles because it just eliminates RNG and makes summoning way less fun, but I get the desire behind it. And to exchange it, of course, if you have the Summoner Arena Pass, you'll be able to exchange it easily. If not, you will have to watch an ad. Again, ads are associated with those trash bottom tier freemium games, so if these ads are for their games, I'll allow it, but if not, yikes. And yeah, now let's jump into the main update notes. I'll try to cover everything quickly. Let's go. So the energy system is being added. 1 energy recharges every 7 minutes, and you can hold up to 300 maximum. Recharge costs look like this. So it looks like we get the cheaper version compared to Korea. 100 for the first refresh, 200 for second, 250 for third, and any further refreshes will only be 300 crystals, which is still cheaper than most of the refreshes that you find right now. So for example, 300 crystals for any refresh is basically equal to 150 crystals for an essence dungeon or a path of growth refresh. This means that a path of growth entries are actually cheaper for the third and fourth refresh, so love that. Essence dungeon last refresh is also cheaper than it was before, so overall an awesome change. And here are the costs to enter each dungeon. So path of growth 10 energy, essence dungeon 10 energy, expedition if you really want skystones or those skill books 30, and a repeater quest will cost 8. The summoner pass will no longer give double rewards in essence and path of growth dungeons, and instead will reward you with tickets to make up for it. So 6 path of growth tickets, 3 essence dungeon tickets, and 12 quick battle tickets every day. And to claim these, you will simply need to enter the summoner pass menu where you automatically get the rewards. Some of the daily quests are getting changed, so of course the tickets are being removed for completing a certain amount of daily challenges, and they're getting changed to energy. And the requirements for use energy quests, or rather rewards, will be changed as well. So If you haven't reached level 60 yet, these are the quests you will get, but most of us will have Transcendence unlocked, so at that point, using the energy will reward us with crystals, essence of magic, and arena tickets. Now, because some repeater quests had lower prices, these are getting modified for the rewards, since all the repeater quests now cost 8 energy. So the XP repeater quest rewards will be quadrupled. This excavation site preservation, where you get unknowns, monster pieces, breath of lives, will be doubled. Arena is staying the same because it cost 4 previously. And the gold requests will be doubled as well. And the request for Path of Growth tickets will be deleted completely, since you can no longer obtain tickets this way. And the Essence Dungeon one, instead of being Essence Dungeon tickets and what they're called yarn balls, will now be changed to Faint Magic Cores. So I hope you've been selling yours, because trust me, the price of these will drop. I managed to get my whole stock out, thankfully. But yeah, in Korea, prices of Faint Cores is sitting at around 900. So yeah, get your chance to sell them while you can, because yeah, this is gonna drop a lot. Lots of Siege battle quality of life improvements. I won't bore you going over all of them. These are very minimal. The main ones you need to take note of is that you are now able to somehow mark the base you will be attacking. And the second one is this. This is similar to how Sky Arena Siege rules worked, is that even if you hit the base at least once, well, from your guild of course, you no longer need a connected tower to hit it. You will be able to hit it at any time in the siege. This means that even if your whole map gets taken over, if you had that hit somewhere in the middle, you'll be able to continue expanding from there. This is awesome, because it adds so much a strategy to it. And there's some changes for the rewards. So for the rank rewards, Radiant loot box and normal loot boxes will now have Devil Mons included in the reward. So for normal loot boxes, you need to be top 3, and if you get a shiny box, you are okay with getting top 50 in the guild, as long as you get that shiny box. Should be fine. There should be no problem in NA, because we don't even have 50 guilds competing, but for globals it will be a bit on the rougher side. Moon Shadow Forest battlefield map is getting reintroduced, however it's completely revamped. So now it's gonna be a 5v5 battle instead of a 9v9, and the whole goal will be, instead of mining skystones, you will now have to kill various creatures roaming around the map. These will drop a lot of skystones. They're dropping like several hundred to several thousand each. And your goal will be to kill these creatures, kill players, and purify the mana stones, sky stones, whatever you want to call them. There will only be one purification location, and it's gonna be the middle part. So the crystal is getting removed there, and if you want to purify it, both teams will have to fight for it. This should encourage a lot of fighting. Love the changes. There's also some changes to how points are calculated for kills. So depending on the difference of classes, let's say if you are a warrior 3, right, and you are fighting a warrior 1, he will be considered 2 classes lower. This means that the kill and assist points will stay the same. But let's say you are a warrior 3 and you're fighting someone like a combatant 3, you are 6 classes above the opponent. That way this sort of like handicap applies to you, and for the kill you will only be getting 720 points, and for the assist only 240. So this should sort of balance out the mismatching that happens in battlefield quite a bit. A few small changes to the Sunset Island battlefield. So now you'll get more points when actually doing those in-game activities rather than just killing. So capturing towers, hitting the guard tower, basically gives you a bit more points now. There is a new outfit added to the battlefield shop. It will cost a total of 2000 victory seals, and it gives you a monster defense for support type units. If you're a fan of a live arena, there is now an option to allow spectators to watch your friendly battle. So if you're hosting tournaments or something like that, this should be a great feature for you to use. There is a feature added that allows you to skip the main story if you have completed it on at least one summoner. So once you complete the last quest from the main story, keep in mind this is for the main story only, not the exploration quests, you're able to switch to a different summoner, pay the required crystal amount, and you will basically complete all of the challenges. How it works is you will receive every single reward from the mini quest in that story as well. So items, scrolls, XP, all of that. Trust me, the cost more than justifies this feature. I've used it in Korea on a few different summoners. So I completed the main story with an Orbia. I used this feature on the other two summoners. It's amazing. So you will instantly level up to like level 55 summoner. You will get a bunch of rewards. You will be able to get main story rewards plus the milestone rewards from that main story. If you haven't started working on other summoners yet, use it. Trust me, this crystal amount is nothing, especially since you get some crystals back from those quests as well. Love it. This was already mentioned in the previous week, but hero area is getting changed, so the quests will now be monthly instead of weekly, especially for the normal and elite creatures. It's staying as weekly for the Baphomet boss, but yeah. So instead of weekly, you complete monthly, and the rewards have been tripled, and for some cases quadrupled, to match the effort. So like all of the rewards are pretty much triple, and gravestones will be quadrupled. And an additional Devilmon can be acquired every week from the guild requests. So you know those guild requests that you have to do, and there are 8 rewards at the bottom, finishing with 1 mystical skull. There will be a 9th one added, and it will be a 5-star Devilmon. Trust me, it works the same way as it is written here, and it's awesome. Now, guild rewards are getting changed a bit. This was already mentioned previously as well. So instead of just receiving Harp Magician pieces, you receive a box. And that box is a selection box. You basically open it, and you are able to select the reward you want. So if you're still collecting Harp Magician pieces, you will be able to get them. But if not, you will have a choice of spell books, effect stone books, gems, or even Devilmon pieces. And since you're getting Devilmon pieces, you will need alchemy level 7 to unlock the Devilmon recipe, and it will require 20 pieces in order to craft a full 5-star Devilmon. Account skill tree will be expanded, so 16 new skills will be added. These include stuff like crit damage for monsters, damage you do with your summoner, all of that. There will be like 2 additional entries in each tree, I believe, or 4 additional entries in each tree. And the reset cost will be lowered from 1,000 crystals to 30,000 gold, so you are able to pretty much freely reset them or mess with them. And together with that, spires of ascension is of course getting increased, so this is a bit of a mistake. It's not getting increased from 140, it's getting increased from 150 because we already had up to 150, so 150 to 160, and elementals will be 130 to 140. And we're finally getting this nice quality of life change of, you know, those free 3 raids that you get 1 entry per day, that little water lizard, the butterfly, and that random fire guy. These awards are getting significantly buffed, so instead of receiving a mystical scroll for each 4 entries, you will now receive 10 mystical scrolls for 10 entries. From the lizard, from the firefly, you will receive a legendary scroll, and from that fire guy, you will receive a refining catalyst instead of the magic dust. And yeah, as for events, there will not be too many like OP events. There is the mileage shop opening event. Apparently it will give you some free heals, so you can get used to the new mileage shop exchange system. And arena wheel lasting for a week, of course, allowing you to get rewards from challenge and brawl arena entries. Now for some quality of life changes. So first of all, power calculation will be different, so don't be surprised if your power either decreases or increases significantly on some units, because the weight of attack, def, and HP will be lowered, while the weight of the rest of the stats will be increased. So if you had like very high damage units, those will most likely go up. If you had tanks, those will most likely go down a bit. just to balance it out. There's also a new change enemy target function, which will target closest targets. I can see this being useful in some PvE stages. I'm not sure how it will work out in PvP, but we'll get to see. And now this is a big one. This will probably be a very controversial change. So with the Sunlight Pass, you are now able to gather and mine infinitely, while no pass holders are still limited to, I believe it is 1000 mining per day. There's a new outfit that you will be able to craft with tough leather and altered leather. This is a part of them, of course, releasing those paid outfits for free. So make sure to craft that, as it will boost your stats a bit. Now this is a small change, but I think it's worth mentioning. So when refining equipment, selecting an assistant property will increase the enchantment level when a catalyst is used. So it looks like you are now able to enchant, or rather increase your substat tier without actually re-rolling the stats. So if you had very good substats but very low tiers, you're able to keep those substats and only increase tiers when a catalyst is used. And I'm mentioning this because I know this is a very heavily requested feature, so as long as it works in that way, amazing. And yeah, apart from that, lots of bug fixes. I will not, of course, cover them all to not extend this video further than needed, but yeah, look at that. And yeah, for all you PvP freaks, I know you will have been a bit angry about this one, where the Wusa was able to use his second skill when soul linked and did not go on cooldown later on, so that has been fixed, so you can go back to PvPing without any worries. And for those people that were affected by the loot box bug, where you are not able to claim the loot box, you will be able to claim additional rewards during the whole month, and that will include 10 S-type loot boxes, so it's definitely more than you would have gotten otherwise. And yeah, that's about it for the patch. Hope you enjoyed, and peace.